What is your name again?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay. So first, what do you want to talk about?
I don't, I don't know.
I know it's a bit broad, but I see.
Something meaningful?
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess I'm Christian, so that's pretty meaningful to me.
yeah, that is meaningful. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what? How confident are you that Christianity is true?
Like a 10?
A 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Okay, that's really high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what is the biggest reason that you are a Christian?
Well, I was born into it, so that definitely plays a role. But like, I guess like just going through, like at first it was just like I go to church because my parents take me. But then as I like grew up, I like saw things that like I don't know made me believe more in God. And
Oh, like what?
I don't know, like miracles. Like I don't know, my dad was sick, and then I like when I pray for stuff, so, like things happen, which people could say it's coincidence, but like some things are, it's too hard for it to be coincidence. I don't know how to explain, but
Mm. How do we discern whether something is too hard to be coincidence?
it's a good question. Um, I think if you just, I think if you look at like small things in your life and, wow. Sorry, I just came from an exam, so I'm like a little,
Oh, that's
but
okay. Yeah.
things that are too hard to be coincidence.
And it's okay to say I don't know.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I just believe in God, and I know He's there with me. So
Okay. So, miracles, things that were seen as miracles because they were hard to explain any other way.
yeah, or miracles don't have to be big things. For me, it's just like seeing how like maybe something seemed bad at the beginning, but I grew from it, or how like a year ago maybe I had a rough thing that happened, but it like changed. And maybe that for some people that isn't something that would like make them believe or something, but I feel like everybody has their own personal story, and like
Do
I don't
you,
know.
um, how do you think people that are Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist take those experiences? What do you think
Well,
they do with that?
probably attribute it to whatever they believe in too, which is okay.
Mm.
But I don't know. That I believe in God, so I
Oh
just
yeah, I'm
think
perfectly fine with
it's
what you believe
different. I don't
in.
know.
Yeah, I guess I'm wondering, they have experiences like that too. I know because
Yeah,
we've
of course.
interviewed them just like we're
Mhm.
interviewing you, and you know, do you think that those people should have 10 out of 10 confidence in their belief in their religion?
Yeah. Well, it's a good question. Yeah, I guess if like those experiences happen to them, then like maybe. But I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
because I'm thinking like
If
you,
everybody had similar experiences, then I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm thinking. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Because I'm thinking like I asked for the biggest reason that you were Christian, and this is what you told me. If there's anything else you want to tell me, that's fine. I'm open to hearing you. But from what you've told me so far, I'm wondering if your reason warrants 10 out of 10 because, like you said, that reason could also be used
Well,
to give confidence for another religion.
I also, I think that a thing that makes like Christianity a little different for me at least is that, um, like, like our God is loving, you know, and not that any other God isn't loving, but like in a lot of other religions, it's like, um, it not. I don't know, like you don't see him as a father, you see him as your God, but like in Christianity, you see him as a father. And then also there's a lot of historical proof for Jesus and for like the Old Testament at least and New Testament things too, which also like there's a good book, Case for Christ, that shows like historical proof.
I've read that book.
It's pretty good. So I also that is one of the bigger reasons too.
Okay. Um, hmm. So there's the fact that it's a loving God from the Christian perspective. I wonder whether or not the God is loving, I'm wondering how that increases or decreases whether or not the claims of the religion are true.
What do you mean?
Well, Christianity has a loving God. Maybe other religions don't. But I'm not sure how that plays into that increasing your confidence that it's true.
Oh, like factual?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I can answer this and then I have to go to
Yeah,
my
of course.
exam. I'm
Of
sorry.
course, yeah. I just, time's up, yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe necessarily that it's not true, or it's true. Definitely for me, it's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the loving God aspect, it gives a good reason to believe in God, and then also, I think if you look at the historical proof, there's also like reason to believe.
Okay.
There's a lot of proof, case for Christ, case for Creator, all of that. You guys can read it. But
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have you don't have to answer this question.
Okay.
This is just a question to leave you with, and you don't have to answer it right now. Question I want you to think about is, do other religions have historical evidences that help their case? And if they do, like, have you looked into them? If you haven't looked into them, does it warrant the confidence that you have? That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany.
What's the YouTube channel again?
Sound Epistemology.
Sound Epistemology.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is cool.
I'll grab your mic whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I would have just left with it.
Fine.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Tiffany, just so you know, my goal isn't to change your mind. My goal is just to get us thinking.
Yeah. I understand. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. That's my bread and butter right there.
Yeah, how do you feel like you did?
I feel like I did great, but it's like we said before, you know, when you look back on this stuff, it's never as good as you think it is either. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'm going to have some humility when I look over it again and say, I could have handled that better. I could have handled this better, but like, I'm happy with it. I think even if I watch it again, I'm going to be happy with it, content with it.
If you had more time, do you think you would have needed it?
Not really. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I think that's the biggest thing I'm proud of today is that, like, being able to do that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Being more efficient?
Yeah. I think increasing efficiency is key for this stuff because most people don't want to sit here and do this all day. Yeah.
Yeah. Except for you.
Except for me. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say about it before I cut the cameras?
A constructive criticism would be maybe not to have focused on the love thing. That may have been a little pedantic of me. Instead, I should have focused on the evidence thing, and I kind of had to cram that. The historical thing, I should have focused on that. That's all.
Yeah. How does being convinced that the God is loving affect whether it's true?
Yeah, and that's basically the question I asked, but just didn't get translated well. But even then, it's like, I don't think that was as big for her as, like, she said there was evidence. She read Case for Christ. Yeah, and you know,
that was her biggest reason.
Well, her biggest reason was like her miracle experiences and stuff. But then when she saw that could be used by other religions, she like added that in as like a cherry on top.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I should have. If we had more time, I wouldn't have done this with her time crunch. But if we had more time, I might have brought up the fact that, like, I read Case for Christ and I'm not a Christian, you know?
Yeah. Could somebody read the book and not be a Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Well, that was a nice, fun, quick one to get us started.
Yeah.
Let's try for another one, huh?
Let's do it.